Some pain doesn't show. No one sees it. No one understands it. You carry it quietly. For days, for months, sometimes for years. That's where she was. You know what it's like to deal with something that never seems to end. Not a temporary problem, not something that passes, something constant, something that follows you every single day. And the hardest part is that no one really sees it. From the outside, everything looks normal, but inside you're tired, exhausted, worn down. That's where she is. A woman living with a condition that has lasted 12 years. Not weeks, not months, years, every day the same. Pain, weakness, limitation, and more than that, isolation. Because in her world, this condition doesn't just affect her body, it affects her identity. It makes her unclean, untouchable, unwelcome. She can't live normally. She can't connect freely. She can't even be part of society the way others are. So she lives on the outside, watching life happen without her. And over time, something happens. Hope starts to fade because she has tried everything, every doctor, every treatment, every possible solution. She has spent everything she had, not just money, energy, time, expectation. And instead of getting better, she got worse. And maybe that's what hurts the most, trying so hard and seeing no change, believing something will work and being disappointed again, and again, and again, until you reach a point where you stop expecting anything. You just endure, you survive day by day, quietly. But then something changes, not in her condition, in her attention. She hears something about a man, Jesus, not rumors, stories, real ones, people healed, lives changed. Impossible things happening, and something inside her moves again. Hope, small, fragile, but real. What if not certainty, not confidence, just possibility? What if this is different, but there's a problem? A big one. To reach him, she has to go into the crowd. To touch him, she has to break every rule. She's not supposed to be there, not supposed to be near people, not supposed to touch anyone. If they recognize her, she could be rejected, shamed, pushed away. And maybe that fear feels familiar. When you want help, but you're afraid to be seen. Afraid of what people will think, afraid of being exposed. So you stay quiet, you stay hidden. But this time she decides something. This is my moment, not because everything is safe, but because she can't stay the same. She moves into the crowd, carefully, quietly, trying not to be noticed. People everywhere, pressing in, moving, talking, and in the middle of all of it, Jesus walks. Unaware, no, but she doesn't know that. She gets closer, step by step, heart racing, mind full of questions. What if this doesn't work? What if I am seen? What if I am rejected again? But something inside her pushes forward. If I just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Not a public moment, not a loud prayer, just a quiet decision, a personal act of faith. She reaches out, carefully, quickly, touches his garment, and in that exact moment, everything changes, immediately, not gradually, not slowly, instantly. Her body responds. The condition is gone. 12 years ended in a second. And she knows it. He feels it. Something that has been part of her life for so long is no longer there. But then something unexpected happens. Jesus stops in the middle of the crowd and asks, "Who touched me?" The disciples look confused. Everyone is touching you, but he insists, "Someone touched me," because this wasn't just contact. This was connection, this was faith, and suddenly everything shifts because now she's seen. The moment she tried to keep quiet is no longer hidden, and fear returns, stronger than before. Because now she has to respond, she steps forward, trembling, not confident, not bold, honest, real. She tells everything, the story, the pain, the years, the attempt, the touch, the healing, and she waits for judgment, for rejection, for correction. But instead, Jesus looks at her and says something that changes everything. Daughter, not stranger, not outsider, daughter, identity restored. Your faith has healed you, not luck, not coincidence. Faith, go in peace, peace. Not just physical healing, a complete restoration. And in that moment, everything she lost over 12 years begins to return. Not just her health, her place, her identity, her connection, her life. And maybe that's what speaks to you, because sometimes you've been carrying something for a long time. Something no one sees, something that doesn't go away, and maybe you've tried everything. And maybe you're tired, but this moment reminds you of something. It only takes one moment, one decision, one step, one reach. Because faith doesn't have to be loud, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be public. Sometimes it's just a quiet move forward, a simple reach, a small act, but in the right direction, because even in a crowd, even in silence, even when no one else notices, Jesus does. And what feels invisible to others is never invisible to Him. So if you're still carrying something, don't stop here. Take the step, make the move, reach. Because sometimes everything changes with one touch.